Welcome back. Dr. Chadwick here, part of Your Nutrition Physicians. What do hemorrhoids, bloodshot eyes, earlobe crease, and bruising easily have in common? It's heart disease. Let's talk about it. So here we have the #1 killer in the United States, heart disease. The last statistics tell us almost 700,000 people died last year from heart disease. It's a big killer. And by you taking those little pills like high blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medication, that's a false sense of security. We got to get to the underlying root cause of these problems. And if you're having these signs and symptoms, you're having hemorrhoids, bloodshot eyes, and crease in your earlobe, and bruising easily, that is going to lead to heart disease. As a matter of fact, these are the signs and symptoms that happen when you have heart disease, and they tell us that later on your possibility is very high that you're going to have heart disease if you have one or more of these signs. Now, let's take a step back. Why do so many people in this country have heart disease? Well, again, which includes high blood pressure, it includes stroke, it includes vascular disease, and it includes different types of circulatory dysfunction. It happens a lot because our bodies are nutrient deficient. And this has been going on for centuries. So we don't actually inherit heart disease. We inherit the nutrient deficiencies. So that's what these have in common. These 4 signs have in common with heart disease, nutrient deficiencies. Take a little step back to me in history. Back in the 1800s, when the sailors would sail across the English Channel, down to India, all around the world, they'd be searching for spices, and these sailors would stay on the ships for a very long time. A lot of English people did that. English sailors were known for that. And what would happen is, as they would travel for 3, 4, 5, 6 months on the ocean, a lot of them would have certain signs and symptoms. They would have hemorrhoids. They would start to get bloodshot eyes. They would have earlobe crease, and they would bruise very easily. And as time went on that ship, for only these few months, these things would get more severe. As a matter of fact, it got so severe that the person would bleed so much under their skin, they were having hemorrhoids so much and bloodshot eyes, that they would actually die from this. And what they found is that if they gave these sailors limes or lime juice, it would prevent these things from happening. So there's something in limes that prevents these things. As a matter of fact, that's where the derogatory name came for English sailors. They were called limeys. Limeys because they were eating limes, but it prevented them from then getting these particular problems, which helped to reverse and prevent their heart disease. Okay, so what they found is that in the limes, there's a particular vitamin. It's called vitamin C. Okay, vitamin C. Now, vitamin C, you've heard of vitamin C, all of you most likely, but there's other factors in the lime too that work together with the vitamin C. You may have not have heard this, some of you might have had, but it's called bioflavonoids. So these bioflavonoids are these other factors in the limes and in lemons and in oranges, citrus fruits, that are very protective to our body from heart disease. Why? Because vitamin C and the bioflavonoids help to make up the blood vessel walls. Now, we have veins and arteries. They're called blood vessels. The small ones are called capillaries, and they're in our bodies. They're all over our bodies, veins and arteries, right? Did you know if you were to take a vein and artery out of your body and line them up end to end, they would travel 10,000 miles? We have 10,000 miles of blood vessels in our bodies. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, these blood vessel walls need vitamin C to be healthy. But when you don't have enough vitamin C, these walls get weak. So that's what causes the hemorrhoids, the bloodshot eyes, the earlobe crease, and the bruising. The earlobe crease is a sign that there's not a lot of vasculature going to your earlobe, which means that your veins and arteries are clogged up. So be careful for having a horizontal crease in your earlobes. Hemorrhoids, of course, are veins coming out of your rectum, your bottom, and that's a sign of heart disease because it's all related to the vascular system, because the heart pumps the blood through the veins and arteries. right? Bloodshot eyes. The little veins in the eyes, little capillaries, break or get very strained, and they pop out when there is a deficiency of vitamin C in the bioflavonoids. Now, going back to your arteries, again, we have a lot of veins and arteries in our body. The vitamin C helps to keep the lining of the wall very healthy. Now, you may have heard that cholesterol is a big part of heart disease. And it is, but cholesterol is the scapegoat. That means that it's not the real issue. It's a side issue. But we're all focused on that. We were taught, we were indoctrinated that cholesterol is this big bad wolf that's causing heart disease. That is not the case. It's the lack of vitamin C in the bioflavonoids that causes heart disease. And this is how it works. As we have a deficiency over time, when we lose the vitamin C or we're not eating fresh fruits and vegetables that contain vitamin C, what's happening is our vascular walls become weakened. Now, the veins and the arteries especially will expand and contract every 60 times, 80 times a minute. And that expansion and contraction causes microscopic tears to happen on the arterial walls, okay? Stay with me here. There's a point to this. I promise you're going to learn something. So those arterial walls get little microscopic tears in them. And the body doesn't want that artery to burst, because if those cracks get bigger, you'll start to burst and you'll get a heart attack. Or if it happens in your brain, you get a stroke. The blood comes out of the vessels because of the weakness there. So these microscopic tears happen because it's friction, it's movement all the time. Now, when we have enough vitamin C and bioflavonoids, that prevents that from breaking. Now, so what happens is if you don't have enough vitamin C, those little capillaries get microscopic tears. The body gets alarmed. So what it does is it makes more cholesterol to come over to the arterial wall. The cholesterol acts like putty. You know, like if you have a drywall and you have a hole in the drywall, you put putty on top to cover the hole. The body uses the cholesterol to come over here to be able to patch up and get rid of the microscopic tears there, or to kind of use it as a secondary way. But the cholesterol is not strong enough because there's a lot of force on the arterial wall, especially if you eat a lot of junk food, because your blood becomes thick with a lot of sugar, a lot of salty foods, a lot of processed foods. The blood gets real thick. The heart has to pump harder to go through the arteries, and that causes that stress on the arterial walls. Now, not only do we have these microscopic tears here, but the arteries get stiff. The arteries get really stiff, and that when the blood pressure goes up, you can pop that arterial wall, and if it's in your brain, you get a stroke. If it's in your heart or in your vascular area in your heart, you're going to get a heart attack. And you may get a clot, something like that. And that's all because of lack of vitamin C and bioflavonoids. So, to reduce your risk of getting heart disease, the #1 killer in this country, it's not about medication. It's about nutrition. It's about feeding your body the foods that contain the vitamin C and the bioflavonoids. So eating fresh fruits every day is crucial. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, I'm diabetic, so I can't have fruits because fruits have sugar. That is a lie. That is a misunderstanding about how the body works. The fruits and the sugar in the fruits is not going to cause you to become diabetic. It's the processed foods that do that. And it's the processed grains, the white flour products, white bread, white pasta, white sugar, right? Those are the things that lead, white rice, those are the things that lead to more carbohydrates, and that's what leads to higher sugar levels. So not the fresh fruits. So by all means, eat at least 3 to 4 servings of fresh fruits every day. And it's also very important to eat the red and the purple ones. So berries like blueberries and raspberries are phenomenal. Pomegranate, cranberries, dried cranberries are phenomenal for your cardiovascular system and a great source of vitamin C. Okay? Vegetables, green vegetables also have a lot of vitamin C. Peppers and things of that nature are very, very high in vitamin C levels. Okay? So this is how we can prevent and reduce our risk. If you follow my suggestions here for 90 days, try this for 90 days. Increase your fresh fruits every day. Get off all the junk foods, okay? And start exercising a little bit. You're going to see how you're going to reduce these particular signs and symptoms very easily and reduce your risk to the most common cause of death in this country, that's heart disease. This is Dr. Aaron Chadwick, part of Your Nutrition Physicians. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, please join us on Facebook Live for a free question and answer period. We'll answer all your questions regarding nutrition and health. So join us Facebook Live. You'll find the link down below in the comment box. Okay, that's it for today. God bless you guys. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time.